Honorable Chief Justice of India, Dr. Justice D.Y. Chandrachud, Honorable Chief Justice of the High Court at Calcutta, Justice Prakash Srivastava, learned judges, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you all to this program for the inauguration of the new administrative block of the High Court at Calcutta. It is indeed a matter of great significance that the inauguration will be done by the Honorable Chief Justice of India at Delhi. We shall be part of the program at the sesquicentenary building of the High Court at Calcutta, and the actual new administrative block is situated just around the corner. And all this is being held together by the virtual thread of information technology, the splendor of modern science. We are privileged to have with us the Honorable Chief Justice of India, who has graciously consented to perform the honors this evening. Without further ado, may I call upon the Honorable Chief Justice of the High Court at Calcutta, Justice Prakash Srivastava, the Honorable Justice T.S. Shivagnanam, and the Honorable Justice I.P. Mukherjee to kindly come up on stage. The program begins with the lighting of the inaugural lamp, physically here in Calcutta, virtually from the precincts of Delhi. May I respectfully request the Honorable Chief Justice of India to click on the screen and virtually light the inaugural lamp. Oh. I'm told there is a connectivity problem with Delhi. So, ladies and gentlemen, just grant us a few moments till connectivity is restored. As I was telling you,
good evening, Chief Justice.
As I was saying, ladies and gentlemen, the program begins with the lighting of the inaugural lamp, physically here in Calcutta, virtually in Delhi. May I humbly request the Honorable Chief Justice of India to click the screen and light the inaugural lamp. Physically, the lamp will be lit here on stage by the honorable judges present here.
They're lighting it there also.
Yeah, nice.
This is part of.
I
the
will now
auditorium.
respectfully request the Honorable Chief Justice of the
200
High Court
seater.
at Calcutta, Justice Prakash Srivastav, to deliver the welcome address.
Honorable the Chief Justice of India, Dr. Justice D.Y. Chandrachud, Honorable Mr. Justice Aniruddha Bose, and Honorable Mr. Justice Deepankar Datta, judges of the Honorable Supreme Court who have joined online, my sister and brother judges, learned Advocate General, learned Additional Solicitor General, learned members of the three wings of the bar, members of the registry, judicial officers present here today, officers and staff of this court, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen. A very good evening and warm welcome. It's a momentous occasion of inauguration of new administrative block of the High Court at Calcutta. We are fortunate to have the presence of Honorable Dr. Justice D.Y. Chandrachud. He has kindly consented to inaugurate the new administrative block through virtual mode. We express our gratitude to the Honorable Chief Justice of India for sparing his valuable time from the busy schedule for joining this function. Under the dynamic leadership of Honorable Dr. Justice D.Y. Chandrachud, various initiatives have been taken which are changing the face of justice delivery system. Within a short span, Honorable Dr. Justice D.Y. Chandrachud has taken several initiatives, such as extension of the technical usage in the daily business of the court, virtual hearing of the matters, online appearance slip, digitization of the record, e-filing relating to paperless functioning of the court, implementation of the neutral citation system to ensure uniform pattern of citing of the decisions of the Supreme Court, several online welfare initiatives, and more particularly, the initiative of introducing artificial intelligence in the justice delivery system. We welcome Honorable Dr. Justice D.Y. Chandrachud in this function. The High Court at Calcutta epitomizes glory, rich tradition, unique custom, coupled with galaxy of eminent judges and illustrious lawyers. On 1st of July 1862, the High Court of Judicature at Fort William in Calcutta was formally inaugurated by Sir Barney Peacock as its first Chief Justice.
Circuit bench at John Bay.
It later came to be known as Calcutta High Court. The main building of the High Court was constructed in 1872. As the time progressed, the need for space was felt due to increasing litigation, docket explosion, and increasing strength of judges. Therefore, to overcome the problem of paucity of space, a new building as an extension to the main building was constructed and inaugurated on 2nd of April 1977. This building has been named as Centenary Building as it was inaugurated at the same time when the High Court was also celebrating its centenary year. After a few years, existing space in two buildings was found to be insufficient. Therefore, on the land adjacent to the Centenary Building, which was earlier used as Tram Gumti, a 10-storied building was built as the third building of the High Court. It was named as Sesquay Centenary Building, built in the year 150th year. This Sesquay Centenary Building has 24 courtrooms and chambers for the judges. But for some reason, the courtrooms in the Sesquay Centenary Building were not made operational. Instead, the offices of the registrar, file storing sections, mandamus section, etc., was shifted to the Sesquay Centenary Building. This resulted in shortage of courtrooms, especially when the working strength of judges increased in the High Court. To solve this problem, new Secretariat building, which is a 9-storied building adjacent to the main building of the High Court, was identified, and Honorable Chief Minister of the State was persuaded to hand over this building to the High Court. This building has constructed area of 45,000 square feet. The possession of the building was handed over to the Judicial Department of the State on 25th of August 2022. Thereafter, the building has been renovated. Suitable additions and alterations have been made in the building to make it fit for the administrative purposes, such as offices of the registrar, file keeping sections, etc. This building has been named as new administrative block, keeping in view its use for the administrative purposes. With the shifting of the offices of the registrar and administrative sections from the Saskia Centenary building to the new administrative block, 24 courtrooms with adjoining judges' chambers will become available in the Saskia Centenary building. This will solve the serious problem of shortage of courtrooms and judges' chambers in the High Court. With the additional courtrooms, there will be better functioning of the courts, leading to higher disposal rate. The Calcutta High Court has witnessed the working strength of more than 50 judges for the first time after several years in the year 2022. With the implementation of the new roster system, wherein all the cases, old and new, are being simultaneously listed before the different benches and the judges are provided with complete list of cases in their roster, we have been able to achieve the target of having disposal rate more than the institution. On the appellate side, in the principal bench, between the period between 1st of January 2022 to 31st of December 22, total institution of the cases was 58,073, and the total disposal was 72,453, which was much higher than the institution. Similarly, on the original side, in the principal bench, the total institution was 6,697, whereas the total disposal was 8,049. To optimize the speed and efficiency of the working on the judicial and administrative side, various initiatives have also been taken in the Calcutta High Court and District Judiciary in West Bengal. Some of the initiatives will be inaugurated today. It's indeed a matter of great pleasure to all of us to have the Honorable Chief Justice of India, Dr. Justice D.Y. Chandrachud, among us to inaugurate the new administrative block of this court and the initiatives. We wish to seize and cherish this movement forever, and we are really proud to witness this new feather in the crown of this great institution. I share my joy, gratitude, and convey my thanks to all those who are present here. Thank you and Jai Hind. Thank you.
It is time now to unveil the plaque of the new administrative block of the High Court at Calcutta. Information technology steps in again to effectuate this grand event in virtual mode by the Honorable Chief Justice of India. May I most humbly request the Honorable Chief Justice of India to click on the screen and unveil the plaque.
This is justice law.
Various information technology initiatives are sought to be introduced today, which are both important and interesting and will definitely have far-reaching consequences. Introducing them to you, ladies and gentlemen, will be the Honorable Justice T.S. Shivagnanam.
Most respected, the Honorable Chief Justice of India, Honorable Dr. Justice D.Y. Chandrachud, Honorable Justice Aniruddha Bose, and Honorable Justice Dipankar Datta, Honorable Judges of the Supreme Court India and the Sons of Soil of West Bengal, my Honorable Chief Justice of the High Court at Calcutta, Honorable Justice Prakash Srivatsa, Honorable brother and sister judges who are present here in this auditorium, and those who have joined virtually from the circuit bench at Jalpaiguri, Honorable former judges of the High Court, the Honorable Vice Chairman of the E-Committee, the learned Advocate General, the learned Public Prosecutor, the learned Additional Solicitor General, the Deputy Solicitor Generals, the Presidents and Secretaries of 3 wings of the bar, Registrar General and other registrars, district judges, judicial officers, some of whom are present here physically, and the entire district judiciary who have joined this function on the virtual mode, the secretaries to the government of West Bengal, members of the press and media, ladies and gentlemen. It is my proud privilege to present a brief overview of the various e-initiatives undertaken by the High Court, which are to be inaugurated by the Honorable Chief Justice of India. The e-initiatives were possible on account of the guidance and hand-holding of the Honorable E-Committee and the tireless work done by our in-house software team and the officials of NIC, Calcutta High Court, under the able stewardship of our Registrar IT and the Central Project Coordinator. First of the projects is a mobile application. In fact, it is 2 mobile applications. One is in the Android version and another is in the iOS version, which will display useful link to benefit lawyers, litigants, and public at large. Information relating to cost list, case status, orders and judgments, online display boards, virtual courts, e-mentioning, notifications issued from time to time, information regarding Lok Adalat and mediation will be available in this application. The best part of this application is that it can be in your handheld equipment and you need not go into the website of the High Court to view any one of these features. These applications, on being inaugurated today by the Honorable Chief Justice of India, will be made available in the Google Play Store and the Apple Play Store so that the users will be able to download these applications. The physical justice clock was established in the Calcutta High Court at a very prominent place, and it has been regularly used to disseminate very valuable information and citizen-centric information. The virtual justice clock, which is to be inaugurated, will give real-time statistical data in respect to the principal seat as well as the 2 circuit benches, both at Jalpaiguri and Port Blair. The district and subdivisional courts will also be connected to the virtual justice clock developed by the Hon'ble Committee, and live data for the district and subdivisional courts will be made available in the district court websites. A personal information system software has been developed called the PIS. This is exclusive for the judicial officers of the state of West Bengal and Andaman and Nicobar. And this essentially gives the data regarding their names, their qualification, the place of practice, various place of postings, etc. And in this application, by use of artificial intelligence, a system auto-suggests the next place of posting for the judicial officers, which will be a boon to the transfer committee for considering posting appropriate officers at the appropriate places. It also facilitates for the EACR, that is an end-to-end encrypted paperless annual confidential report submission system. Next comes the e-filing, as a pilot project, it is being introduced in the City Civil Court at Calcutta and 3 commercial courts at Alipur, Asansol, and Rajahat. And the Honorable Chief Justice will also be inaugurating this. The Honorable Chief Justice of India has always emphasized for creating an inclusive judicial system through which every citizen, including those from remote areas and belonging to the marginalized section of society, can avail the benefit of technology and the ICT tools in the judiciary. Bearing this in mind, today, His Lordship will be inaugurating 5 e-Seva Kendras at Alipur, Bankura, Cooch Behar, Purulia, and Purab Medinipur. We took utmost care to select these 5 districts where it will be implemented today, apart from the e-Seva Kendras, which are already functioning in the High Court, as well as in the commercial courts, as well as in Alipur. Bearing in mind the location of the districts. In fact, to be more precise, Bankura and Purulia, those are districts where the tribal population is very high and the litigants are from very remote rural background. So therefore, these 5 places, the e-Seva Kendras will be inaugurated today by His Lordship. Apart from, in fact, what was interested to me was to say about the 5 initiatives. I thought I'll take this opportunity as a right platform to say as to what Calcutta High Court had done on the ICT front. Apart from the above 5 projects, I take pleasure in sharing information as regards the various other initiatives which have been successfully implemented and some of which are work in progress. The virtual courts for traffic offences were implemented with effect from 15 September 2022 and has been successfully running till date. Adoption, implementation, and utilization of faster system. All of us know fast and secure transmission of electronic records. E-payment facility at the principal bench as well as at Jalpaiguri Circuit Bench, and also in the commercial courts in the state of West Bengal and in the City Civil Court, Calcutta. Display board module in CIS 1.0 version has been customized and is functional in the principal bench and in the 2 circuit benches. Replication of CIS data at the High Court as well as the district courts in the NIC cloud is under progress. Agenda management system software has been developed for managing and creating an archive for the agenda and resolutions passed by the various committees of the Honorable Judges of this court. Inventory management system for management of data relating to stock delivery, return, etc. Similarly, hardware resource management software. A drug disposal monitoring system software has been developed in terms of the directions issued by the Honorable Supreme Court in the case of Mohanlal, dated 28th January 2016. This software is used to monitor the seizure, inventory, storage, and disposal of seized narcotic drugs and psychotropic substances. And this system is being periodically monitored by a committee of Honorable Judges of this court. Periodic task intimation software. This has been developed for managing and monitoring the tasks assigned to various officials of the High Court. Apart from the above, some of the projects which I wish to highlight which are in the pipeline, namely online certified copy mechanism, N-step, major infrastructure development of IT infrastructure available in the High Court and the district courts, which has already commenced. Technological advancement for district judiciary at a cost of more than rupees 20 crores. Revamping and upgradation of IT infrastructure and courtrooms throughout this district, in all districts, at a cost of about rupees 6.75 crores, of which part of the funds have been sanctioned by the Honorable E Committee. E-filing version 1.0 has been implemented in the principal bench with effect from 1st January 2022 in respect of cases filed by the government. With effect from 1st November 2022, e-filing facility has been extended in the High Court for applications for bail, anticipatory bail, and cancellation of bail. The process of testing of e-filing version of 3.0 is under progress. In the High Court, extensive work of revamping of the IT infrastructure has commenced at an estimated cost of over ₹5 crores, and thanks to all the honorable members of the Computer Committee of the High Court who took such proactive steps so that we will be able to push the government to do this revamping, which is the need of the hour. All, of course, like in any other High Court, all the honorable judges have been provided with laptops and iPads, even the judges who have been very recently appointed. Microsoft Office version 2021 has been installed. Dragon software has been installed. On the side of digitization, of course, the project had to be stalled on account of COVID, and there are other factors. Now, digitization of legacy and current records have commenced, and we are taking a serious look into it. And I'm sure that in the coming months, we'll be able to take for the project in a much faster mode. Vulnerable witness deposition centers have been made functional in 3 districts. And in the other districts, work is under progress. And I'm constantly sending reports to Honorable Justice Geeta Mittal, who is the chairperson of VWDC committee. And very recently also, Her Lordship had advised about how best to do the cost-saving measures, which we are definitely adopting. Under the guidance of my Honorable Chief Justice, the centralized filing center in the High Court has been conceptualized, and a building has been identified, and the planning and other implementation processes going on. And it will be really a boon to have a centralized filing center. So far as training programs are concerned, several programs have been conducted in the year 2022 with the able guidance of the members of the Honorable E Committee. 3 Telegram channels have been created, one for the advocates, the other for the judicial officers, and the third is exclusively for the district judges. Similar Telegram channel has also been created to the PAs of the honorable judges, which helps the administration to disseminate information, pass on information to the respective PAs so that they may inform the honorable judges. The above are some of the initiatives which we have done, some of which are in the process of being done, and some of them are in the planning stages to be implemented shortly. Thank you.
May I now request the Honorable Chief Justice of India to inaugurate these e-initiatives by clicking on the screen. This program would be incomplete if we did not answer a few basic questions. What is this administrative block? What does it look like? How is it done up? Ladies and gentlemen, take a break and view this video on Calcutta High Court, and with it, take a virtual tour of the new administrative block.
The High Court at Calcutta, formerly known as the High Court of Judicature at Fort William, West Bengal, came into existence by the Letters Patent 1862. Designed by Mr. Walter B. Granville, the grand neo-Gothic style architecture of the High Court at Calcutta is an exact replica of the Stadt House or Cloth Hall at Ypres, Belgium, and stands as an iconic heritage building in the City of Joy even today. Standing on the eastern bank of the River Hooghly, a distributary of the Ganges, the building offers a panoramic view of the city of Kolkata, formerly known as Calcutta. The centenary building of the court was rechristened on the 26th of January 1980, and the sesquicentenary building was inaugurated on the 2nd of April, 2012. The principal seat of the Calcutta High Court is at Kolkata, capital of West Bengal. As per the Calcutta High Court Extension of Jurisdiction Act 1953, the Calcutta High Court's jurisdiction was extended to cover Chandrachud, now called Chandrachud, and the Andaman and Nicobar Islands as of the 2nd of May, 1950. The Calcutta High Court extended its circuit bench to Port Blair, the capital of the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, and to Jalpaiguri in North Bengal. After the recent appeal to the government of West Bengal regarding the lack of space, the authorities were pleased to hand over Block B of the new Secretariat building to the Honorable Court. The 9-storied building covers a floor area of around 50,000 square feet, with 4 lifts, 4 fire exits, and other amenities.
Initially, the advocates were not willing to go to the sesquicentenary.
Previously, all the courtrooms in the sesquicentenary building were allotted to various departments. These departments have now been transferred to the B block of the new Secretariat building, facilitating the freed up space to be converted to the courtrooms. In the plenitude of its justice, equity, and conscientious dispensation, the tradition named the High Court at Calcutta still stands firmly tall and solemnly crowned in the silhouette of Indian judiciary.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time now for the inaugural speech by the Honorable Dr. Justice D.Y. Chandrachud, the Chief Justice of India.
Very good evening to all of you. Justice Prakash Srivastava, Chief Justice of the Calcutta High Court, my 2 very distinguished colleagues, Justice Anirudh Bose and Justice Dipankar Datta, judges of the Calcutta High Court, members of the staff, ladies and gentlemen, and all those who are attending this event, both in person at the High Court in Calcutta, as well as at Jalpaiguri, as well as those who are on the virtual platform. The inauguration of any new venture is cause for celebration because it is usually a sign of progress. Today we are inaugurating not 1, not 2, but 6 new initiatives. I am therefore nothing short of delighted to be delivering the inaugural address this evening. My only regret is being unable to visit the Calcutta High Court in person. But perhaps it is only fitting that I deliver this address virtually, seeing how most of the initiatives inaugurated today relate to technology. The Calcutta High Court has, like other chartered high courts, its own distinct traditions. It is important that our generation nurtures those traditions, enhances them, sustains them. But for all this, we require adequate time, space, and ideas. Today's initiatives are significant from that perspective because we are combining the physical, the tangible, the space with the virtual, which is the world of ideas. Having worked myself in 2 premier high courts, among the oldest in the country, Bombay and Allahabad, I am quite aware of the fact that the inadequacy of space can be a severely constraining factor. Our registries work under a tremendous burden. Adequate spaces are not available for members of the bar, and even the judges can have better conditions of work. In a sense, technology has enabled us to travel across space in a fraction of a second. We need not wonder when the futuristic technology, which allows us to travel from city to city or country to country in a few minutes or a few seconds, will be invented, because that technology is already before us in the form of video conferencing. The virtual tour of the new administrative block, which enabled me to access and view the building, did so at a level of detail that none of us would have imagined possible a few years ago. I must say that the new building looks spacious and functional, and also has a pleasing architectural facade of its own. The addition of 9 stories to the administrative division of the High Court will no doubt streamline the functioning of the High Court now and in the future. Infrastructural expansions require foresight. So it is not only the requirements of the present which must be kept in mind when a new project is planned and executed, but also the requirements of the future. Your High Court has inherited what it has from the past, and it is important that as we pass on the baton to future generations, we sustain the infrastructure which has been created for us by our own predecessors in office. Similarly, my personal motto on the adoption of technology is, for the needs of tomorrow, act today. Rather than choosing a strategy where we design technology to respond to problems which have already arisen, we must embrace a strategy where we periodically revamp our existing systems by using technology. If we do this, we will be able to meet any challenge head-on, regardless of whether the challenge is foreseen. An example that comes to mind is the pandemic caused by the COVID-19 virus. The E-Committee of the Supreme Court, which I head, had been expanding the technological capacities of our courts long before the pandemic began. It is because of this that we were able to conduct virtual hearings during the pandemic. Public institutions must therefore not lag behind private entities or individuals when it comes to the adoption of technology. They must instead lead the way. I'm glad that with these initiatives, the Calcutta High Court is doing exactly this. Today, we have launched the Calcutta High Court mobile application, a justice clock for the High Court, a personal information system software, e-filing, and we inaugurate an e-seva with the e-seva kendras. The Calcutta High Court mobile application will be available in both Android and iOS operating systems. Mobile phones are now ubiquitous in society. I remember an era when mobile phones were banned in many courtrooms. And here we are today, releasing a mobile application for the High Court. But we have to be kind on ourselves as just we have to be kind on the members of the bar and the litigants. Just the other day, I heard not a complaint or a grievance, but a little bit of a suggestion from a young junior who was working on her iPad in a courtroom in one of our premier high courts. While working on her iPad, the usher of the court came to the young junior and said that you have to switch off your iPad because this is not in accordance with the discipline of the court. And I said that we are carrying our discipline too far. A young junior or a young lawyer, or any lawyer for that matter, working on an iPad within the precincts of the courtroom should be allowed to work on it, so long as they're not watching movies on the iPad on their laptops. But we must trust people. We must set up internet facilities within our courtrooms, and of course have adequately maintained firewalls so that the facility is put to genuine and authorized use. All features and functionalities of the website which have been replicated in the mobile application deserve commendation. Advocates will undoubtedly be benefited by the easy access to the online display boards, cause lists, and the case status tab. Litigants too will find the application very useful. This is especially because the citizenry is able to afford mobile phones more easily than they can afford desktops or laptops. If a litigant wants to check the status of their case, for example, they will find it far easier to use the mobile app than the web browser. In these small ways, technology makes the justice system more accessible to all the strata of society. Speaking of websites, I take this opportunity to encourage the Calcutta High Court to revamp and modernize its website. There is an urgent need for you to do so. We at the Supreme Court are also in the process of assessing the changes that our website requires. A periodic review and upgradation of the website will ensure that it remains user-friendly, including for those who are physically challenged. The implementation of e-filing in the City Civil Court, Calcutta, and at the commercial court complexes at Alipur, Asansol, and Rajarhat, and the inauguration of the e-Seva Kendras at Bankura, Purulia, South 24 Parganas, and Purva Medinipur are also a cause for celebration. I hope that e-filing will be implemented in every district of West Bengal. The many advantages of e-Seva Kendras require no explication. Foremost amongst their virtues is that they ensure that every lawyer and litigant is able to reap the fruits of our collective technological progress. We cannot, as the judiciary, afford to leave any segment of our citizens behind. The choice is not and must never be between using expensive technology on one hand and in-person processes which may take more time on the other hand. The reality is that lakhs of people do not know how to use technology for a variety of reasons. Such people must not be deprived of the convenience of technology. E-Seva Kendras assist litigants and lawyers with the use of technology in court processes, ensuring that the speed and convenience of technology is available to one and all. They provide the third hybrid choice of visiting a physical location to access a virtual service. The personal information software contains all information pertaining to judicial officers in West Bengal and enables the filing of their annual confidential reports. All judicial and administrative work which is currently carried out on paper may now be conducted virtually. I would encourage the High Court to also ensure that inspection of the districts can be carried out in a virtual platform. Visits of administrative judges to the districts for the purpose of inspection sometimes breed terror in the hearts of our district judiciary. By making the inspection virtual, we will be able to streamline the process, make it seamless, and make it continuous. Judges at all levels will certainly welcome this move, as it will enable more efficient record keeping and save precious time. We are now entering phase 3 of the e-courts project. In the recent union budget, over 7,000 crores has been allocated for phase 3 of the e-courts project without a single cut being effected. Funds will not be a constraining factor for us anymore. The constraints will be our own ability to design, manage, and implement a project of this magnitude. As we anticipate the release of the first tranche of the funds for phase 3, we must begin planning now on how we will utilize the funds which will be allocated to the judiciary in the state of West Bengal and ensure that these funds are put to use immediately and for good purpose. Otherwise, the funds which are made available to the judiciary will simply lapse, and there will be nobody else to blame but us if we are not able to utilize the funds which have been made available to us. In the Supreme Court, we have commenced a new initiative for translating our judgments into every one of the languages recognized by the Constitution. We already have nearly 3,000 judgments which are translated into different Indian languages. I would earnestly appeal to the Calcutta High Court as well to launch upon this initiative which we have adopted by ensuring that your judgments are available in simple language to the people as they understand the language. This will truly ensure that we reach out to our citizens and that our processes become known to our citizens in words, in language, and in a form which they can truly understand. We have also launched the ESCR, the digitized version with a search engine. This will ensure that lawyers across India do not have to spend a single rupee in accessing judgments of the Supreme Court. I do believe that initiatives such as these will take truly justice to the doorsteps of common citizens and will equip young members of the bar who do not have resources, the base of the pyramid in our legal profession, to access legal services. I'm certain that litigants, lawyers, and judges will all walk away happy at the end of today's event, for the lives of people belonging to each of these groups has been truly enriched by the initiatives which have been launched by the Calcutta High Court under the able guidance of your Chief Justice. I wholeheartedly compliment Justice Prakash Srivastava, all the judges who have cooperated with the learned Chief Justice. The leader is as good as his team, and I'm sure that this is a symbol of the cooperation which the Chief Justice has received from all of you, for which I would like to compliment all the judges and members of the registry. Justice T.S. Sivagnanam, with whom I've worked very closely on the E-Committee ever since the days when he was a senior judge of the Madras High Court, has been at the forefront in initiating the use of technology, in adopting the use of technology. And I'm sure that with his presence in the High Court, many of the young judges, the more senior judges, the members of the registry would be encouraged and incentivized to use technology. I'm in the midst of hearings in the Constitution Bench of the Supreme Court, and I must share with you that all the 5 judges of the Supreme Court who are with me in the Constitution Bench, all of us 5 judges, are completely on a virtual platform in the sense that we are paperless. We have commenced transcription of oral arguments in the Supreme Court. So simultaneously with the actual arguments which are taking place in the court, these arguments are being converted into transcripts. At the end of the day, we provide the transcripts to the lawyers who can cross-check for any errors. And on the next day, these transcripts are made available for viewing by the members of the public and the profession at large. These initiatives will not only truly make us a court of record, as I said, but going beyond that, they will foster the cause of legal education by enabling our law colleges not merely to have a look at the written word or the text of the judgments, but the antecedent material in the form of arguments which are made by lawyers, so as to give a new understanding and appreciation of the work which we as judges do. I'm sure that many of these initiatives can be adopted by the High Court, and that you will do so under the able guidance of all the judges of your court. I thank you very much for inviting me. I wish the Calcutta High Court continued success with its initiatives, and I'm sure that this is only the beginning of many more to follow. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the vote of thanks to be given by the Honorable Justice I.P. Mukherjee.
My Lord, the Honorable, the Chief Justice of India, my Lord, Justice Aniruddha Bose, my Lord, Mr. Justice Dipankar Datta, ladies and gentlemen, I do not know the words to thank my Lord, the Chief Justice of India, for sparing his valuable time to inaugurate the new administrative building and the e-initiatives in this court. and for giving us guidance to have a better justice delivery system here. We are grateful to your Lordship, indebted to your Lordship, and we seek your Lordship's support and blessings to march forward. I also thank our Chief Justice, our Honorable the Chief Justice, for taking all the initiative in acquiring the new Secretariat building to be the new administrative block for this court, and also in all the initiatives, and more particularly in organizing and having this program today, along with the support of my brethren on the bench. I would be failing in my duty if I do not thank the learned Registrar General and all the registry of officials, the officers under him, all the staff, including the workers who have made such wonderful arrangement to make this program successful. I thank all of you, and also Mr. Utpal Bose for so ably, as he always does, for anchoring this program. Thank you very much and have a wonderful evening.
Ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of the program. Please stand by for the national anthem.
Janagana mana adhinayaka jaya he, Bharat bhagya vidhata. Punjab, Sindh, Gujarat, Maratha, Dravida, Uttara, Vanga. Vindhya, Himachala, Yamuna, Ganga, Uchchala, Jaladhi, Taranga. तव शुभ नामे जागे, तव शुभ आशीष मागे, गाहे तव जय गाथा। जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे, भारत भाग्य विधाता। जय हे, जय हे, जय हे, जय 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 हे।